everyone, it's Meredith Hawk from meredithhawk.com. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little different. I've never spoken about my hair before, but as you can see, it's different. And I'm excited. There's a new hairdo in town. I decided to start dreadlocking my hair. I did it myself with the rip and twist method, and Donnie helped me section my hair. So today's the 9th day, and last night I finished these last few pieces in the top of my hair. I'll take it out in a second. But in this video I'm going to show you my hair before, and I will show you some of the sectioning I did. I did the bricklayer section, so I did rip and twist. I did the bricklayer sectioning, which I'll show you a picture here of what that looks like. First couple days to section my hair, for Donnie to section everything, because like I said, I have a ton of hair. And so the ones in the back, let's say like this one is the first one, and it's very different already from like these 2 or 3 that were the last ones. It's really soft and it's already kind of matted, and it's still very tight. I left the ends loose because well, it's too early to blunt them anyway, but it just feels really nice and soft. And these are still like brand new, so you know, it's just, they're rough. They have the knotted look to them, which you can see kind of looks like rope with this coloring. Let me show you real quick. So these are all of them. I'm not sure, I haven't counted them yet, but it's around maybe 60s, 50, 60, 70, I'm not sure. Some are a lot thinner and some are thicker, and I didn't lose that much length. My hair was probably around here if it was straightened or blown dried, whatever. And so I probably lost about 2 or 3 inches overall. I lost a little bit more on these little pieces in the front, shrank up a little bit more. But yeah, I have a long way to go before I actually have dreadlocks, because they have to mature and it's going to take a long time. But I will say that I am not going to be doing maintenance, so I'm not going to be doing, you know, going and getting maintenance done to the roots and crocheting it or tightening up or getting, you know, everything in line. That's just my personal preference. I don't want that look. I would just have, I would like to let my hair do its thing. Because when I do post pictures and updates about my hair, it will be hopefully avoiding having to get it maintained. Don't mind me and what I look like. I just woke up. I just want to give you an idea of what my hair really looks like before I start this whole transition. And in most of my videos, my hair is straight, which takes a really long time to do. This is my hair without any products, just washing it and not doing anything to it and just going to bed and letting it dry. I have an enormous amount of hair, and it's very, very thick. So it's not just thick, I actually have a ton of it as well. And you could see the length, how much it comes up when I don't have it straightened, because I also have these crazy curls and separations that naturally happen. So yeah, and blow drying my own hair is really difficult because I have so much, so it's like getting back there and stuff is just not easy. Whatever. So I always wore my hair in a ponytail, and I still kind of do. I always wear it like up, or if I know I'm making a video of something, I'll just run around the block and have someone blow dry it for like $15 or whatever. I'm drinking my Dubonnet energy tonic, which if you haven't saw that video, you have to check it out. It's the most amazing coffee alternative, and it's made from mushrooms and all amazing stuff. Anyway, so this is my hair. This is my hair pre, and it's, like I said, it's really thick. It's a little bit straighter in the front. It naturally, this is literally maybe 15 hours after I've washed it. I washed it last night and I woke up this morning and it's still damp. It takes a really long time to dry it as well. It naturally separates into its own little things going on here. If I take a chunk, if I just grab a chunk of hair right here, this is probably the amount of hair a normal person has on their entire head, and that's just the crown in the back. And then I still have probably 3 or 4 more layers underneath underneath it. So it's insane. Yeah, this is this is where we are with my hair in the beginning. And we're going to take it from there. I'm going to start separating it into sections, and I'm going to start them thin because I have so much hair, each dreadlock will thicken over time tremendously. So I might start with, you know, pencil thin. Yeah. And so we'll start from there, and that's going to be over the next few days, and I'm just going to take it slowly from the back to the front, and we'll see where we go. Cheers.
The sun lays so brightly up in the summer sky. I shouted at the mountains, watch me shine and fly.
Okay, so here I am doing the twist and rip method. I pull apart the section of my hair into 2 pieces, flip it around like a half a twist, and then what you would say rip it. So I split it apart into 2, rip it, kind of twist it, rip, twist, rip, twist, rip. So you can kind of see the method to the madness, and slowly but surely the knots build up at the base of that section and start to form the dread. This part takes the longest of the whole section of the dread because it's just building those baby knots at the base. And once that gets started, it kind of speeds up. And then as you get towards the end of the section, towards the end of your hair, then it becomes slow again because there's not a lot of hair left to make the knots. So I'll speed this up a little bit, but you'll see from start to finish an entire section being dreaded. And so here you see the baby knots forming, and so I have about 1 inch of dread formed. And I apologize, I realized I have this other pieces of hair in my mouth. It's just to keep, when you're doing it by yourself, those 2 strands would get caught up in the dread and make one big dread. So there was really no other way to keep it out of the way. We're at the slow part again at the end of the dread. Cheers. And voila, there you have it. That is start to finish with the rip and twist method, the full dread. And now I am going to palm roll just to tighten up all the stray hairs that end up being loose as you go through it. And it just twists and rolls those stray hairs and fuzzies around the dread and kind of completes the process. So I did each one of my dreads after I was finished ripping and twisting. I palm rolled each one 3 times. These are the 2 that I completed. I did these last night and they're really tight. They're not loose at all. They're almost right up to my scalp. And they had a lot of fuzzies. The fuzzies came out about an inch, but I palm rolled them after I was done, and it got it, you know, wrapped around the dread, and they're fine now. And I haven't done anything to them since, and they're not loose at all. They're really nicely dense, and I think that is also a benefit of, oops, make sure, my hair type. Just to give you an idea, I've been sleeping in these sectionings, and today my regular hair was already starting to get entwined in the dreads that I just made, so it's starting to pull it apart. And just even naturally, these sections are starting to knot on their own in these rubber bands, so it's really hard to get them out. And so that just gives you an idea of my hair type. I think it might be a little bit more difficult with very thin, fine hair. So anyway, I don't know how it's going to be when I wash them, or, you know, in a week or so. They're obviously going to loosen on their own. Also, the other thing with this method, with the twist and rip, is I didn't lose a lot of length yet. I'm sure that will change. I would say these originally came down to about here. This is very thin right here. So I would say I lost about 4 inches of length, which relative to how much I've gotten out of it, you see that, is not that much. And you can see that I'm starting the dreads very thin. The sectioned pieces that I already have, I am actually splitting them in half because they were a little too wide. So I do have the good line straight across, and I have them in sections, and I'm separating them in half from those sections as well. So I'll probably, along the back of my head, I will have 5, maybe even 6 thin dreadlocks. And that I did as well because of how much hair I have and how long I want them. I don't want this to be like, you know, a 1-year type thing. I know they're gonna get much thicker over time as I'm losing hair and it's naturally twining into the dreadlock. So that's where I'm at. Excuse my beautiful look. I have my hair all in sections and different clips and ponytails to hide it. I am on my 3rd one. I've knotted the root to here, and we'll just keep going, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, I figured while I had a chance, I would show you the last one I did. And I have a black shirt on, so it's really easy to see the fuzz. So this one's a little bit thicker, and let's show it to you. My black shirt. Now hopefully you can see it. You see the fuzz comes all the way like out here. It's super, super fuzzy. See that? But it's actually really tight. So what I'm gonna do is roll it all the way up against my head, between this area and this area. Let me just tighten this a little bit so I don't get other hair caught up in it. Sorry for my look. So it's still like a little bit fuzzy, but a lot less, a lot less. This one came out good. The other tip while I was doing it and thinking about it was, not even a tip, but just so you know, it takes a while for the knots to form when you first start it. You want to really get it tight and rip it good when it's up against your scalp, so that it's nice and close. And obviously, you know, you don't have a large gap between when the dread starts and your scalp. A lot of loose hair. And so that takes a while. You feel like it might not be knotting up, but after a while it actually does. And this like bottom part takes forever because it's just the hair is thinner, and I don't know why. It just takes a long time for this end part to knot up, and your hands get really sore. So I'm actually wearing all black today, and I wish I could show you. Actually, maybe I can. Hold on. I don't know if that came out, but I could really, I have like a ball of broken hair and stuff that comes off. As you're palm rolling and as you're actually doing it, a lot of dead broken hair is gonna fall off. So, you know, I would not suggest this as a short-term hair solution, and I hopefully mine isn't. Hopefully they stay and they start dreading over the next year, and because you're gonna have a lot of broken hair and it does damage to your hair, and probably mine even more so because I do have it colored. I have it lightened. So yeah, so that's just a couple more tips. This channel is all about positivity and learning from each other and being respectful, so please refrain from inconsiderate or borderline racist comments in my section. That being said, we all have our opinions, but we have to be able to communicate those effectively and respectfully. So cheers, have a wonderful and happy new year, and peace.